as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new.
Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King and I am delighted to be back at the Art Excellence Gallery Art Cafe here in the Golden Mile. Join me because we're going to welcome my guest of today. I love chatting with my next guest. Carol Woolnoth is a volunteer, very active member of Age Concern Marbella and San Pedro. I first met Carol at the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit in 2016, 14, 16, long time ago, the first one. Age Concern had just launched, basically. You were getting everything going and you have come so far in the last 5 years, 4 years. How long has it been? Well, it just goes. One year becomes like the other.
Well, we're a little frustrated, like everyone at the moment, because of the pandemic, because we had so many plans for what we wanted to do with this year. And we've been thwarted, really, just because of the virus. We have a wonderful drop-in centre provided by Nueva Andalucía Town Hall, which we can't use at the moment for obvious reasons. We were going to have another ball, and it's not something that we've been able to do. We had 4 wonderful ladies who were going to walk part of the Camino de Santiago to raise money for Age Concern. They haven't been able to do that either. So we had lots of things programmed for the last year which haven't taken place.
But then you have obviously had to use all your resources in ways that I suppose you never even imagined. Because of the lockdown, so many people found themselves stranded at home, didn't know what the restrictions were, couldn't get out shopping. So I know that being kicked out of old age pension homes, I mean, you've covered it all.
No, that's true. Well, we have a helpline, as you know, and people call about all kinds of things on the helpline, so nobody should wonder whether or not they're able to ring. I mean, sometimes people ask if we can recommend an electrician. It's all kinds of things, and because we are putting ourselves out there to advertise what we do, sometimes we get calls from the Costa Blanca, you know, because they've heard about us, and not every Age Concern branch is as active. We have to be, really, because we are so new. As you said, there's been an Age Concern branch in Estepona and Fuengirola for many years, but because our branch is so new, we have to try and inform people that we're here and the things that we can do. And of course, despite the fact that we can't do all these activities and events, we are still there to help people. We do have volunteers who can go and keep them company or do their shopping for them. There's one area where we're a little bit short, and that's because of when we go into a proper lockdown, we're not allowed to move from one municipality to another. We go as far as Cancelada. So we need volunteers from the Benahavis Road towards Cancelada, because I'm in Marbella district, and when there is a proper lockdown, I can't go. So if there's anybody out there listening who's in that area, Benavista, Cancelada, Bel Air, we would really love some extra volunteers.
Because obviously we say Marbella, San Pedro, but Marbella goes all the way to Elveria, in the sense of it really is 27 kilometres that need to be covered. So having local volunteers to each area must make a big difference.
Well, normally it's not so important, but you know, we found out in March and April how important it was, and we were very, very lucky, because quite a lot of people, the local restaurants, and Andy and Nicola, who run Society Marbella magazine, helped us enormously by delivering food. for free to people who couldn't get out, who were stuck at home. And they were not the only ones. We had all kinds of people who suddenly were not able to work, who thought about others, who might be in a worse position than them, and they stepped forward to help us. So we're very blessed, really. And it means that quite a few of the people that are now helping us as volunteers are working age, not just retirees, because when we first started, it felt like a lot of the people who were helping were almost clients.
It's funny actually, because I went to see Dizzy and Maurice Bishop. They gave me a beautiful statue, a present, really lovely. But they were telling me about how they've been helping and cooking and looking after people in their building. But they're 10, 15 years older than most of the people they were helping.
Yes.
So it's really lovely to see, as they say, they're in good health and the others perhaps aren't in such good health. But it's, as you say, you're helping each other.
Yes.
But it's nice to have that younger blood coming in, because it's a lot to do as well.
Absolutely, and that's another aspect that unfortunately was stopped by the pandemic. We had reached out and had an arrangement with a lower college that some of their students were going and visiting one of our care homes that we go to. Not our care home, but a care home that we visit. And of course that had to be stopped as well. So we have multiple initiatives, and once we're all thoroughly vaccinated, we shall be ready to go, because we have the plans in place. We just need to be able to do it without prejudicing people's safety.
The nice thing is that you do have a helpline. There is someone at the end of the line. It can be organised for people to go and visit, whether it's just to chat, do shopping. In the sense, I think a lot of times people don't really know that they can ring age concern or feel eligible to ring age concern. So let's go over a bit of the parameters. As I understand it, if you're over 55...
Yes. If you're over 55...
You're kind of considered aged.
Which is not old, let's be honest. I mean, people... the vast majority of people now at 70 are not like I remember people from my childhood when they were 70. You know, but people over 55 may struggle more with technology. It's not something they've grown up with. So we can help with all kinds of information. We have a lovely lady who runs the helpline called Sandra, who's very approachable. You've met Sandra. And she is a fountain of information. So whatever problem it is you have, even if you need to know where your local age concern is, we have all that information. We have a lot of information about the virus. We're running a WhatsApp group about vaccination, so that as soon as it becomes clear that they are moving on in the Spanish system from just care homes and health staff, we hope to provide accurate information about when and how people can get the vaccine.
Very useful, very necessary. A lot of people get very nervous when they're that little bit older, because they don't know how to keep in contact to get the information. Age concern covers also legal aspects. I know some people get, as I say, there was a case came up with someone being kicked out of a care home, unfortunately through Stephen Brooksbank, who, rest in peace, who was the founder member of Age Concern.
Yes.
You basically do cover everything. You seem to have contacts for somehow everything.
Well, we're very fortunate with our volunteers. And as we've become better known in the Marbella area, we've had tremendous support from the town hall, and they have helped by introducing other people to us. So we have a fully qualified Spanish lawyer who is a volunteer for us, and also a German speaker, because we don't only help British people. We really need people to be English speaking, because a lot of our volunteers don't speak other languages. But we have somebody who also has close ties to the town hall, who can very often steer us in the right direction if we're not sure what's the right thing to do, and also a gestor who is doing work for us at a special price for charity. We also still, despite everything, are having a coffee morning on the first Thursday of every month, and that's in the Marbella Paddle Tennis Club behind the now famous Sisu Hotel.
Yes, the Real Club de Paddle.
We are, of course, restricted to the number of people on a table, but normally they have a very lovely outside terrace, and we arrange our tables for only 6 people on a table and
Can
split
you pick
up.
people up to take them if they want to go but can't get there? Do you have any facilities?
If
at the moment?
somebody, they would have to ring and arrange it. But yes, I mean, if people haven't got their own transport, by arrangement we can take people to the coffee morning. At the moment we try and, when the weather's bad, of course nobody comes almost, but we are there anyway. Somebody, at least 2 people from the committee are always there. And it's a more informal way. If you don't want to send an email or you don't want to ring a phone number, you can just appear and chat over a cup of coffee.
So what time is the coffee mornings on the first Thursday of the month?
First Thursday of the month at 11 o'clock. And it goes on often till 12:30 or 1 o'clock, depending on how many people come.
It's really nice, and it's also, I see now we're probably taking advantage. You have to do other things because of the COVID, but your website now is really getting underway. A lot of information.
Yes, again, we're very fortunate. We've had a young man whose forte is information technology. So he's taken over putting a lot of local information on the website and information about past events that we've done. Because nobody can do everything. You know, and much as I like to have my fingers in the pie everywhere, my primary responsibility is to do with welfare. And to have a young man who's having a break from work and can help us in this way is just tremendous. You know, I couldn't be more pleased.
How did you get involved?
Well, I've been here a very long time. I came in '87, but for most of the time I've been here, I've worked full-time, and then eventually ran my own business from about 1995 until
Doing
2016. What did I do? I had a property management and rental business.
Wow.
So it's quite stressful.
Yes, but you met a lot of people.
That's all gone, yeah. So I sold my business in 2016 and properly started working for Age Concern in 2017, although I was kind of on the fringes beforehand. And unfortunately, I lost my mum in 2012. So I don't have a mum to look after anymore, and I am now able, because I have the time, to help look after other people's mothers. A lot of people are not here in Spain. Their parents may be here, but they're not. And they need help, you know, and I'm free to give that.
It's a lovely thing that you do, and you do it so beautifully. You do it with such love, and it shows that it's a genuine care. In fact, everyone I've met through the association is very, very caring, and it's nice to see now, because you've got training things going on with Dr. Rachel Garrett for the volunteers. It really is nice to see that the first few years obviously were much harder and much slower, but the snowball is really moving now, and obviously with the restrictions of COVID it's made it harder, but again adapted a bit the needs of the association, I suppose.
Well, anybody that's interested to learn more, please go to our website. It's really easy to remember. It's www.ageconcernmarbella.com. So it's like the rest of our organisation, really. It's what you see is what you get, you know. We're all totally motivated with helping other people. And some people here are in a situation where they are very much alone and badly need help. And because we're living in Spain, the Spanish services are wonderful, but like services everywhere, are stretched at the limit, and especially at the moment in the pandemic. And if you like, we're there to bridge the gap between what the government can offer and not leaving people on their own to cope alone.
And I think that is a good point to finish on and a good point to make. You don't need to go it alone. A lot of people feel they need to, but they don't. They just need to call because maybe they can help, maybe they can't, but there's someone to speak to at least get feedback.
Yes, and sometimes, you know, it helps both the volunteer and the client, if you like, that they, when they're put in touch with one another, we try and find people who are compatible. And over a period of time, of course, you become friends.
And that's what it's all
about. And build a very lovely relationship together.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again, Carol. We will see you soon. That is not a threat. We will catch up again soon.
Thank you, Nicole. It's a pleasure to come and talk about age concern.
It really is.
Thank
It's a
you for
pleasure
all
to
the
listen.
support that you give us.
Well, and again, it's kind of selfish. We're all going to get old. We want there to be good systems in place. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you very much.
Well, big thank you to Age Concern. Do contact them if you need any help. If you're lonely, you need shopping done, or you've got legal, financial worries, they can put you in contact with the right people. You've got to go into an age concern, an aged care home. Really, there are good people just to bounce off your thoughts with, talk about your parents, your children, whatever you need to discuss. Age Concern can help you with that. We're going now to some messages from our sponsors. Also help people out. Free taxi up to 4 times a month if you've been drinking. How cool is that? GPS if you don't know how to explain where you are when you've broken down, which happens to a lot of people if you don't speak Spanish and you can't pronounce the words. Courtesy car, anything you want. Linear Director really does cater to expats' needs. And then of course our Zero Hero partners offering free soft drinks to the designated drivers. Check it out.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Judy likes to consider herself a clever young woman, which is why she thought very carefully before choosing her insurance company. Now that she needs it, she's jolly glad she chose Linear Director, as it looks as if she might have something better to do. Why don't you be clever, like Judy? Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 and see which policy is best for you.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Playlights.
Hello guys, welcome to Harbor. All the designated drivers are welcome here to the Harbor. And we are very proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
GWine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
Clara are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
Yes, I mean, do you think that's the piece?
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
Our welcome Zero Heroes. Come and visit us for Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Casa Tua is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Thank you so much for joining us again today. It's lovely to have you with us and be able to share the amazing things that go on in our fabulous city. I'll be back tomorrow with more, but in the meanwhile, take care of yourselves, be nice to each other.
We can change if we try. Just believe.